Kerry, before a game like this? Just kind of what do you do to calm the nerves as you enter an elimination game?
Well, I kind of like to think of it as another game, but there's definitely some nerves. But I think it's a good thing to feel that way before a game like this. And for me, it's normal, like hanging out with the teammates, preparing for the game, getting my routine done, spending time reading scripture and praying, and just the normal stuff that I do before every game. But it's a fun one today.
How much were you guys following yesterday? Just the other series, just to try to figure out when we're playing. And also, what's the difference, particularly in terms of the shadows here between the 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock?
It'll be different for sure. Like towards the end of the game, my last at bat in the ninth was in the shadows. It was a little tougher to see. It'll play a role, but I mean, both teams have to hit in it, so it'll be a little interesting. But I mean, in a game like this where you're locked in and you're just trying to see the ball well in general, like I think we'll be all good.
Yeah, Kerry, to follow up on his question, what time did you go to bed last night, and what was it like as you're trying to navigate? Like, are we playing at 1? We playing at 3? How's this going to go down? What was that like?
It was weird. I mean, I like watching baseball anyway, so I was watching baseball, watching the Red Sox Yankees game, and it was interesting going to bed not knowing, like, I had 2 alarms set, whether I had to wake up for a 1 o'clock game or a 3 o'clock game, but we ended up just like kind of figuring it out in the middle of the night and realizing that we're playing at 3. But it was pretty weird going to bed last night not knowing when we were playing, but it was not too big of a difference. So.
Kerry, you were basically in the same situation last year, around further. So what do you draw from that and not going your way? Is there anything you can take from that to try to push it towards you guys this time?
I mean, the experience of being in a winner-take-all last year was something that is helping us right now, I think. And other than that, I don't know if there's anything because it's different teams, different guys we're facing and stuff. But yeah, it's just kind of a fun experience that we had. That we can learn from last year and realize that, this is everything, like there's no saving your body. There's nothing like for 162 anymore. It's go time today.
When you have a game like yesterday with the 1 for 15 or whatever it was with runners in scoring position, you always want to flush and move forward, but how do you not take the pressure, the intensity of that game, when you get opportunities today? Like, how do you kind of just clean slate yourself for a new game?
I think we can take the positives from the fact that we had so many opportunities with runners in scoring position, and I think we can simplify our approach or maybe lock in a little more with those opportunities. But the fact that we're getting those opportunities is a big deal, and so I know we're confident going into today, hopefully getting a lot more opportunities to do that. I'm sure they're confident and they should be. So, it'll be a fun battle today, and none of that matters anymore. And so we just have to go and execute today.
Yeah, with you moving up to the 2-hole today, I guess kind of what is that going to be like for you? And then what's it been like really all season long, even into last year, just like seeing opposing teams manage against you? I guess kind of what has that been like, and then what's it like moving up into the 2-hole?
It's not really much different. Still hitting behind Glaber, and Parker's hitting 9 holes, so it's almost the same lineup once you get around to him. But it's cool, it's cool to be thought of, that highly of opposing managers, and I have to lock it in more if I get those at bats, and I'll plan on getting the at bats. But we trust AJ with whatever he wants to do, so. It'll be a fun day, but yeah, nothing really changes for me.
Just kind of half tongue-in-cheek here, but did you kind of smile or snicker a little bit? Just the big uproar about Riley getting pinch hit for when it's kind of happened to you 100 times.
No, I mean it was a little weird seeing him getting pinch hit for, but I mean he handled it like a pro, like always, and yeah, it's something that I've gotten a little used to, unfortunately, but. Like I said, we trust AJ with what he does, and I mean, I think everybody and their brother trusts Jemai in that situation, and he had a great at bat. He got kind of hosed on a call a little bit, and had to swing at the next one, but yeah, that was a little interesting.
I think there was a graphic going into the series. These two teams have the most homegrown players of any teams in the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
You guys also have affiliates who are in the same league from high A on up.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a familiarity with these guys from early stages of your pro careers that contributes to this rivalry?
Yeah, I think so. It's a lot of mutual respect. I've been playing against Bo Naylor forever and all these guys that, it feels like I've said hey to them 50 times, the last couple of years. But it's pretty cool, and I think it is a testament to how close we are as a team and how close they are as a team. And so it's pretty cool that the fact that we're both doing it with a lot of homegrown guys and that we face them a lot, but we also played with each other, coming up through the minor leagues a lot.
Julie?
Kerry, when we spoke in New York, you said you like to swing for the fences a lot. Have you shown up at all in the postseason? And I noticed the 3 singles, and it's just like more of a conscious effort to make sure you get on because base runners are just so hard to manufacture.
Maybe a little bit. My kind of the way I have to think about my approach at the plate, to get my best swing off, I really have to try to, swing. Not swing for the fences necessarily, but, get my best swing off. And I trust that I can get my best swing off and still make contact. But, there's just a little more of trying to, see the ball a little deeper, make better decisions. And, so, the wind was howling in the last couple of days. So, there's no cheap ones. And so, getting on base, like you said, trying to get Torque up, trying to get Riley up, all those guys. So it was something that I'm a little conscious of for sure.
Question, dropping, putting Glaber to the top and then rotating it up. Can't really call that a shake-up, lineup shake. What is kind of the thought behind that?
A couple things. I mean, one, lifts a little bit of the burden of leading off Parker. But probably more importantly, it's just spreading out some of our hitters. When you play a team as often as we play Cleveland, and especially the last couple weeks, I started to see where they attack, and who they attack them with. And given that this game generally turns into an all-hands-on-deck, classic bullpen type decisions, and it doesn't have to be that way, but if it does, we're trying to create some dilemmas. And, obviously having Wenzel in the middle creates an advantage, having a righty and a lefty in the same spot. It creates some penalty if you attack Glaber or if you go at Carp or wait till you get to the bottom of the order with some of their lefties. So given the balance of their pen and the likelihood of this game being chaotic like they usually are with us, it felt like this was the most balanced lineup we could put in there.
AJ, what do you draw from your other experiences in do-or-die games, like your big elimination games, like a Game 7, a Game 5, whatever it is, and then, going to the World Series and winning it in 2017? How valuable is all that to you?
Well, I think what it teaches you is that it's still a 27-out game, and you got to use all of them, and it's not over until you get them out 27 out, and it may take more. But I think the biggest lesson in my experience has been both teams are going to face some adversity at some point during the day. It's going to be a bad hop. It's going to be a bloop hit. It's going to be a walk. Something's going to happen where, the nervousness and anxieties increase, and the game goes on. And so you've got to be able to weather a few punches from the other side, and you've got to be able to deliver a punch of your own a time or two. And I've seen games, where you get the lead and hold on. I've seen games with dramatic finishes and everywhere in between. And just play the game and try to keep your guys grounded with where their feet are in the situation that presents them in that moment. That's the best way to win the game.
Kerry said he set 2 different alarms this morning. He didn't know what time the game would be. How do you handle the unusual nature of not knowing when you're going to play?
Yeah, so when I originally sent out the lineup to the guys, I gave them the scenarios because at that point the Cubs and the Padres weren't done yet. And then, as the night went on, we started to eliminate certain times, and then it fell to the Dodgers Reds. And just when the Dodgers got out to a lead and I wanted to press send on the 3:00 game, Cincinnati came back and the game made it pretty close, and so we couldn't commit to anything until at or around midnight. So I'm glad Carp was sleeping at that point. It makes me feel good about his readiness today. But I sent out a message, and as did Peter Warden, our director of travel, and just making sure our guys were alert to when they did get up, whether it was in the middle of the night or in the morning, they would be aware what game time was.
With it being like a potential all hands on deck kind of game, do you have everybody available, ready to go for this morning?
Yeah, Tarek won't pitch, and Casey won't pitch. Those are the two guys that will be in the dugout with us and not down in the pen, but everybody else will be available. And I think that's the fun and anxious side of this type of game for the managers is the every move is has a reason. Every pitcher that you have at your discretion comes with some upside and also some impact on later decisions later in the game. So it's part of it. I've been through a lot of these, and I think it's the first decision is always the toughest one. And Jack can certainly go deep in the game. You don't have to make early pitching moves depending on the situation and the quality of stuff coming out of his hand, or we have more than enough pitching to use them all.
Jay, what happened with Torkelson's foot yesterday? How's he doing?
He fouled the ball off his back foot the previous at bat, and so just out of precautionary reasons, we got him checked out. Originally, when I sat in here, I thought they were getting his arm and hand. He had a double, like a bank shot off his forearm and his hand, but neither of those were of any concern. There wasn't great concern on the back foot, other than he started to bruise a little bit, so they got it checked out. Everything's fine.
AJ, did you also move Torres up to try to jumpstart him a little bit? Like, where do you feel like he's at offense?
Yeah.
And it's going to help him see better pitches?
So I moved Glaber up because he's one of our best on base guys. Like, this guy can work an at bat. He may hit the first pitch in the gap for a double. He might have a 7 or 8 pitch walk, but he makes good decisions at the plate. He's led off before in big games. He knows when the lineup rolls around and the guys at the bottom are getting on base. Like the way Javi has in recent games. It's nice to have Glaber up faster, and again, making them make decisions faster is probably key to this game. You want Glaber Torres to have as many at-bats as you possibly can. He generally has hovered in the 1, 2, 3 hole throughout the entire year, but getting him on base multiple times today will certainly increase our run scoring.
Yep.